Have you ever thought one thing, only to later realize that what you first thought was simple is actually incredibly complex? It's like one of those picture mosaics. Look close and you'll see one image, but step back and you'll see that that one image is actually part of the larger picture. Well, we had an experience like that. We'd seen movies and videos about LARPing and foam fighting in the media, online and elsewhere. We'd heard stories, made jokes, and even poked a little fun. But when we dug deep and actually interacted with them, what we found was nothing like what we expected. At the onset, we thought we'd have a pretty cool story. But like I said, the more we immersed ourselves and the more people we talked to, the deeper the implications got. So, we had to start at square one. What is live-action roleplay?
Well, live-action role-playing, in my mind, is actually any activity in which you engage in real life, where you pretend to be somebody that you're not. Anytime you say, oh, I'm going to pretend, that's a form of role-playing. So, when you were little kids and you might have played cops and robbers, or you even played sharks and minnows in a swimming pool, that's a form of role-playing. One very narrow of it would be what we would call like foam fighting games. And foam fighting games are games that have an element of live-action role-playing, and then the combat is resolved using foam fighting. And foam fighting, whether you call it a game or a sport, is essentially, in my mind, is a high-speed tag, where you're using foam-covered or foam-constructed weapons, with the objective being to strike the opponent while avoiding being struck.
We had to see what this foam fighting was all about. So, we went to one of their day battles, and the best part was, when we got there, they taught us how to play.
The three basic objectives of Amp-Guard, the first one is to have fun. If you're not having fun, you're not going to come back, you're not going to be participating. The second one is that the people you're playing with ought to be having fun too. Because if they're not having fun, they're not going to come out, and it's not much fun for you to be the only person who's playing. And the third one is to win.
That's when the light bulb kicked in. Having played the game ourselves, we were able to see its potential. That it was more than high-speed tag, and more than a game with foam-covered sticks. It was a brotherhood.
My name is Kyle Maceris. I'm at this time, the owner and operator of Way of the Sword, the boffer fighting organization down here in Florida. I'm also the emperor of the Sakura Moon Empire, which is the Japanese faction of Watts. The cool thing about foam fighting is it brings a lot of really different people together under one purpose. We're all here to swing foam, we're all here to hit each other. As soon as they're all done fighting, they're sitting there talking about anime, they're sitting there talking about music, they're sitting there talking about video games. They're finding through this one common goal where we all come here to congregate that they've got everything, like 5 or 6 other things in common with most of these other people out here. I love this, and I want more people to be just as passionate about it other than swinging a sword. I mean, there's people out here that will barely swing a sword, but they're here all the time because there's something about it that draws them to it. There's a lot of people here with a lot of different talents and no place to put it. And I think using foam fighting as a catalyst and then pushing all of those talents through there can really build a really good counterculture and something that can be a new scene altogether. The biggest goal is to take Watts itself and turn it into a community, a society. Tap into the artists, tap into our musicians, tap into our tailors, the people that make clothing, tap into every talent that we have and give it an outlet. So people, instead of sitting in their rooms and drawing something and posting it on Facebook and going, look at this, we can take that print, we can take pictures from amazing moments on our battlefields, take them to Photoshop or take them to one of our artists and have them just deck it out and make it a piece of art. And now they have an outlet, they have a place to push their talents other than look at me, what I can do on the field with a foam sword.
Even team sports like volleyball, field hockey, street hockey, flag football teams, intramural sports is about finding community. And so I think that foam fighting really is like almost any other sport, is about finding communities.
We're excited to see the future for these groups. to watch their visions unfold, and to help others uncover the intricate community and opportunities that foam fighting can offer.
Shut up, harden up, fight.